Hell yeah, you got to bring that value. That's the most important part. And it come, and even if it don't come to you, if you have that value, you've been putting it on, you just let some people know what you have going on. That could put you close to getting.
And that's the thing that I think hurts a lot of times within our community is you'll have your quote unquote day ones or people who you came up in the grind with. You may have gotten further than they, and you could have been in it the shortest amount of time, but their value isn't quite there. Mm-hmm. And the thing that I always often say, you can't teach work ethic. And that's sometimes where the value is at. You may not even be the most talented, but sometimes people see your work ethic. Peace, what's going on? Will Roundtree here on the Full-Time CEO podcast, where we interview entrepreneurs, businessmen, businesswomen, moguls, entrepreneurs, and anybody from the culture who is out there doing some dope stuff. And I'm sitting here with my co-host,
Mr. C. Blair, Curtis Blair in the building, man. Thank y'all for coming, man. We got another great episode today. This is a personally friend of mine, man, from a long time. His name is Tyler Durden. We played basketball together in college. And now he's doing all type of dope things on the scene, on the comedy, TV shows, behind the scenes. There's a lot of different things. Oh, he's on that BMF too, aren't you?
Yes, sir. BMF. Check me out. Season 3.
Let's go. Let's go.
Man, pushing that dope.
Yeah. Tyler, introduce yourself, man.
Tyler Chronicles, man. What I go by, man. That's how you can look me up. Originally from Los Angeles. And like I said, entrepreneur, writer, businessman, sell merchandise, comedy. Whatever you need, I got it. Acting, of course.
Everyday hustler, man. You
gotta be shit. Just being a black man. Hell, you gotta hustle every day. For real.
So, Ty, I got a question.
Okay.
Can Curtis hoop?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just had to check.
It's official.
I just had to check.
I'm the energy guy. I play defense. You know what I'm saying? I can hoop, but like he was a real scorer. Okay. Like he put the ball in the basket.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? He came in hooping, but he crazy though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man, don't tell nobody. No, we're not telling anybody.
We grown now. We was 19, 20 at the time. So, you're a little bit different. And plus, he came from a school called Malcolm X. I was like, I know he's crazy.
So he can hoop and
Ain't no way in the world. I know. There's a real school called Malcolm X, first of all. I was like, he done went to Bishop Sycamore.
Shout out to Westside Chicago.
You was at Bishop Sycamore before. That wasn't no real school, bro. I'm going to tell you that, bro. You did not go to no Malcolm X.
Malcolm X is a real school on the west side of Chicago.
Where they had 2 classrooms at his school. Ain't no way, bro.
It was kind of like Lean On Me in that thing.
I am certain of it. We never got to talk about it, but nah, yeah, he can hoop.
Okay.
Nah, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming out, man. We out here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We're out here in Park MGM, but this gentleman has a show going on, comedy show. Tell me a little bit about the comedy show at the Jimmy Kimmel Comedy Club.
Yeah, man, Jimmy Kimmel Comedy Club. First of all, Jimmy Kimmel has some weird-ass pictures in the green room. Oh, my God. He's holding Ben Affleck's penis. He's kissing somebody. I'm not playing. I'm like, why you put that in here?
No Diddy
or TD.
And this is in the green room?
This is in the green room. First, when you walk in, he got like 18 pictures, and the first 7 are real gay, and it made the rest of them look gay. That's the funny part, though, because he either kissing or hugging on a dude, one dude holding his penis, and then like he just giving regular dap to everybody else, but it also looks anyway. But yeah,
Jimmy got his favorites. We're gonna say that.
Well, you know how white guys get sometimes.
Yeah, man. No doubt.
Weird shit. But anyway, I just want to make sure I said that. I'm gonna say that on stage tonight because people need to know that. But yeah, we had Jimmy Kimmel with Tip, man. He's been doing comedy for for the last 2 years now.
Okay, I actually saw him at the Laugh Factory. In LA.
In LA. Oh, yeah. He loves comedy, man. Loves it so much that, he put together a tour, had some comedians that he always been dealing with, and it was like, yeah, we going to, form a group we call the Ha Ha Mafia. Okay. And we just go on tour and we kind of cycle in and out on whenever dates we could do it. But it's super dope because another thing he was like, man, I just see y'all comedians, I see how hard y'all work, because he been coming to comedy shows for 20 something years. Like him and his wife, like always been at the comedy spots in Atlanta. He be in spots I wouldn't even go to. But he was like, man, I see how they doing y'all. Y'all don't get paid like for real. You know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure we do this the right way. Yeah. So that's really dope. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people that have that type of pull, but still will still pay you peanuts. So shout out to Tip for that. Definitely. And we out here, got 2 more shows tonight. Had 2 shows last night. It was really dope. Definitely. A lot of tourists out here, though. That's the crazy part about doing comedy shows here.
But you got to follow them, though. That's what the tourist thing is about.
Yeah. But I'm saying, normally you could come in and say some jokes about the city or like how does it go, but they're not even from here, though. So you just got to.
Yeah. So let's talk about how you got your start in comedy.
Okay.
Because everybody think they're a comedian when they're growing up.
No, he thinks he's a comedian since I've known this.
The class clown, like everybody think they funny.
Right. You know what's crazy about that? I never thought I could be a comedian just from watching comedians, not knowing all the work that they put in to get to the point to they're on TV and now.
Right.
So I didn't know that. So I'm thinking I could never talk to people for an hour straight. Are you kidding me? Like that just seemed like catching a dragon. You know what I'm saying? Like think about talking to somebody for 2 minutes or talking to a crowd of people for 3 minutes is a lot.
3 minutes is a long time. In front of people.
You can feel it. Yeah. You can feel it. Like, damn, okay. So I never really thought I would be one. It kind of fell in my lap, for lack of a better term. I was doing the basketball thing. I was coaching. I coached at a junior college and I coached at a D3 school in Virginia. And when I finished that, I had a choice to go to what's the Bisons? Why I can't think of it. Bucknell. Coach at Bucknell, a D1 school, or go to Atlanta and do this internship. And I was like, man, fuck Bucknell. I'm going to Atlanta. I don't care if they got $100 a week. I'm going. So I went to Atlanta. Me and my roommate from college had got a crib down there. And just so we were throwing big parties, you know what I'm saying? Huge parties. And one party, this guy who I'm actually on the podcast with now named Remo was like, hey man, I'm doing this, starting this improv group and I want you to audition for it. I'm like, all right, bet. So I went auditioned for it, made it, did a few shows. And one of the guys that was in the group, Southside Trill, his name is Amir, but he did stand up already.
Okay.
And one day his car was messed up. He's like, I need a ride, bro. I was like, all right, no, I got you. So we left from our little rehearsal, took him to the show. Drew Thomas, who was the host of the show that day, OG in the game, he was like, you do stand up? And I don't know why I lied. I just said, yeah. I was like, yeah, hell yeah.
Let me try this out.
Yeah. And then when he said it, I got nervous as hell. When I said, yeah, I got nervous as hell real fast. But I was like, that must have been God just making me say that. Because he put me on stage and I didn't have no jokes per se.
Wow.
Right.
But I'm good at roasting. I'm good at talking about what's going on in the building.
Right.
There was like 6 or 7 people there and it was a funky looking place. So I just talked about the place for like 5-6 minutes and then I was hooked. I went went home, wrote jokes, went the next night, tried the jokes out, and it was up from there. And that was 14 years ago.
So you jumped out on faith then, basically what you're saying.
Basically, yeah, bro. Mm-hmm. Basically, because you know what I'm saying? I had got my master's, I had a good corporate job, and then I went from that to really hustling and struggling in this comedy game. You know what I'm saying? Doing $50 shows, driving 2 hours and not getting no money. You know what I'm saying? Like I was having to do what I had to do this to even survive. Because the crazy part is I bought a crib when I had a job. The
corporate job, right?
Yeah. So then when I started like struggling, I had a crib, which was good though.
Yeah.
Because if I was paying rent, I would have been got put out. You know what I'm saying? But you know, you get that mortgage rate. 89, fool. I'm in there. Don't put me out yet. I'll be back at 89 more days.
For sure.
So that's how I got started, man. And it's been going ever since. That was August, I don't know, 14 years ago.
Wow. So
August 2010.
Let's talk a little bit about that journey. Because
2010 was 14 years ago.
Yeah, I know.
Whoa.
That was a minute.
I know.
You're getting old, G.
Nah, we are, but also 2010 was 14 years ago. That shit go by fast.
It seemed like it was yesterday.
Man, damn.
But speaking of that journey, because a lot of the things I talk about, even just, you know, with my journey and what Kurt and I talk about, is one of the things that a lot of people who want to be entrepreneurs, they're scared of the word endurance. You have to be able to endure the struggles that come along with it if you believe in yourself. What gave you that strength to push through those difficult moments, whether it was financial, people not believing in you, you felt the bookings wasn't coming fast enough, the money wasn't coming fast enough. How did you push through that?
So I read this book, Full-Time CEO Shit They Don't Tell You.
Okay, that's right. That's right.
That's a bar right there.
And part of it was saying that if you have basically I'm paraphrasing, your reasoning for wanting to be a CEO has to be solid so you can know, so you can get through the ups and downs. And that's what it was. Like once I started making people laugh, I was like, nah, this is my purpose. Like I'm really healing people. You feel what I'm saying? And another thing, shout out to Ronnie Jordan, Rodney Perry, and Double D. I always bring these comedians up because they was the first comedians I saw locally in Atlanta. They had a house, wife, kids, and they did it strictly off comedy. And y'all probably don't even know people's name I just said. Never heard of them, never been on TV. But
Rodney Perry, I'm familiar with.
Rodney Perry, yeah, for sure. But like some people, like I'm just trying to say they're not superstars, but they are, well off for a long time. Well off. None of their wives worked. Like they had that type of that. And I was like, ooh. I never think. I'm thinking if you get into the comedy game, you up here or it's nothing. And once I saw that, I was like, okay, I have a goal now. You know what I mean? And I have purpose. So I'm gonna shoot for the stars. But even if I don't make it up there, shit, this is all right here. This is a good living. These brothers making a couple $100,000 a year and they having a good time. And so I combine my purpose with my goal, and then that just pushes me through every time I have a up or a down. You know what I mean? Like you say in basketball, you don't ever get too up or too down on it. It's possession after possession to the buzzer go off. Stay solid, man. Possession after possession to the buzzer go off. So that's how I keep from now you gonna want to quit. You know what I'm saying?
But that's being an entrepreneur though, but you stepped out on faith. So from that standpoint, we talk to a lot of people about, like you said, with the endurance portion of it. But on a day in, day out basis, you'll definitely want to quit because of the struggles and the sleepless nights and the money issues, the ups and downs, and people not believing in you. So definitely you have to figure out a way to help your way sustain. What did you do in the meantime as a little hustle to help you get over those bridge gaps?
I was selling weed for real.
Okay.
Like when I went.
Hey, it's legal now, so you can talk about it.
It ain't in Georgia, bro.
Okay,
but I still, I mean.
Well, statute of limitations there.
Like that song 2 Chainz got, I was selling to every famous comedian that you could think of. I done sold weed to, I ain't gonna say.
After the show, what you need, man?
I done sold weed to Dave Chappelle, nigga. Lonnie Loves, nigga. I done sold weed to everybody, a little bit of everybody, man. Future, cause I would go to Magic City at 3:00 in the afternoon. I got real cool with the DJs.
Some hustles in Atlanta, well, for real.
I got real cool with the DJs, and I would just sit behind the DJ, and all the girls, when people come from out of town, ask me the weed at, the girls would be like, give me the money, they'll come, and it was like I had a real business in there, so I was really in Magic, like just doing that, and you know what I'm saying. Just also, I was doing surveys.
Okay,
they was doing like paid surveys. So you go online, and you know what I'm saying. You put your name on this in this database or whatever, and they hit you up with some of the stuff that you like. So say it's like the iPhone 15 coming out, and you go and you review the iPhone, and they give you like $250 or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't
so
that
I was.
Much?
Yeah. But sometimes you got to come like 3 or 4 days. Like it's a lot. Like the money, some of the money to be kind of up and down or whatever. But it was money for like not having to really work for real.
Right.
You know what I mean? So stuff like that. I would do activations. So like say, damn, this back then. Nokia had an activation where they were trying to sell like their new phones or whatever. I would be out at a place like Atlantic Station under a tent and getting people to come play games and all that and letting them know what Nokia got, act like I work for the company. So stuff like that.
So there's really no excuse for it.
Look, we gotta let y'all know. Ain't no excuse for you not to get no money.
Oh,
exactly.
Bro, man.
It's easier now.
Yeah,
it's easier now, bro. A phone, if you got a car.
If you can understand that phone, man, golly, I'm still trying to get the grasp of social media and retaining customers and stuff. Because like I said, I sell merch and all that. But man, the people that I know that have control of it, I'm like, woo. But it's hard work. You know what I mean?
It's an everyday grind, just like anything that you do.
Here's the thing I say about life. Everything is hard.
For sure.
Being poor is hard.
Ooh.
So I'd rather... Man,
that shit hard. Golly, bro.
I've been there. So I'd rather work hard at something that's going to give me a benefit that I can actually say, okay, I could rock with this.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I remember going back, I don't know if anybody's familiar with Vegas. It's I used to stay at some apartments over here on Flamingo and Swenson.
Oh, man.
I slept on the floor.
My cousin stay on Flamingo, East Flamingo.
Oh, yeah. So I already know where he at. And so I can remember hiding my car from the repo man for a year and a half out here. That shit was hard. Because you run out of places to hide.
Parking garages.
Yeah, for real.
You run out of places to hide. So I would rather put that work ethic or that hustle and that grind into making some money. And even you talking about you doing surveys and different things. Like now, man, you could rent a car to drive Uber.
Rent your own car out.
Rent your own car out.
Like, buy a car with Uber.
That's what I'm saying. So it's really no excuse.
There's
no excuse.
It isn't. A lot of people gonna make them though. A lot of people gonna make the excuses because it is hard.
Well, I heard Brian Tracy say that 80% of people are lazy because the people they hang around are lazy.
Oh yeah.
And so it's hard to be motivated when everybody else around you is like the same way. And here's a quote that I heard once before. If you want love from people, fail.
The empathy they give to you,
because every single time when you down, oh man, it's gonna be okay, and people feel good. That's why people post their medical bracelets on social media, and they don't respond to nobody. Like, are you okay? Like, tell somebody something.
Mm-hmm.
But I always say that people prefer sympathy over solutions.
Yeah, that's real.
And that's a really scary place to be, man.
Yeah, people are fans of you in your downtime for sure. But when you're up, it's a little different.
So during your transition, you started to get into the social media game, but then also took you to Wildin' Out.
Oh yeah. Man, so not even
tell us that story. That journey.
Not even social media, man. That was another grind type story, bro. Okay. I had auditioned for Wildin' Out 3 times.
Early on in your comedy journey?
Early on in my comedy career, yeah. So it was I auditioned twice in Atlanta. Second time in Atlanta, they had it to where you go to LA and then you kind of do like this kind of boot camp thing to get through it. And I'm talking about, I am killing that shit. Yeah. A whole 3-4 days we there, right? The day that we about to do like stage blocking and rehearsals on set, niggas is calling my phone like, bro, where you? Like I'm saying, I'm killing this shit. They calling my phone. Niggas that been on the show that I know that I've been doing comedy with hit me on like Shawty, Billy Sorrell, D-Ray, all of hit me on the phone like, bro, where you at? We in the van on the way to set. I'm like, I'm in the van too. On the way to the airport. They cut me, bro. Wow. Sent me home, dog. I was devastated, right? So I get back home, but it helped me out. It let me know, like, all right, I can't look at it as whatever they got going. I know I did my thing. That obviously was something else going on, but also let me get better at my craft. So I'm hitting 2 or 3 stages of nights and then got that motivation. Fast forward, production comes to Atlanta to shoot. That was in LA. They came to Atlanta to shoot. And I hit up the people that I met in production just like on some volunteer shit. Like, yo, bro, I'll write for the show. I'll help Nick out. Whatever y'all need, let me know. And they hit me back like, yeah, we wanted to work with you anyway. So come on in. We have you as what they call a consultant. Right. So they want to call it a writer there because shit, bro, if I was a writer and had been in Writers Guild for Wildin' Out, I'd be a billionaire. Ooh. Anyway, but they call it that. So
it's cold game.
Cold game. Bro. My God, because that shit is on. It's on right now.
They somewhere.
They finesse because I get the SAG. I get SAG checks residually, but not Writers Guild checks because it's not on the Writers Guild, and that would be the biggest. But anyway, got me doing that. Nick comes in and he was like, yeah, man, I've been fucking with your movement, seeing what you've been doing. I'm gonna put you on some episodes coming up. And I ended up putting me on some episodes and then it just kind of shot up from there. Wow. Season 12. And then we just finished filming 21 last year.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, man. So it was a hell of a journey, but the way I went about it, it was like, okay, it was meant to be.
Definitely. It definitely was.
So let me ask you a question. From start of when you first felt like you could become a comedian to the point to where you actually started doing it professionally. Okay. How long was that transition before you actually made some money? And it's a reason I'm asking that question.
No, for sure. It's a little different for me. I made some money super early, but it was because of my connections. Okay. Right. I'm in a fraternity, Omega Psi Phi, and they had different events and I would do those. So I would get a little bread here and there, but then, that dries up, events dry up. And then now I'm back to that grind of doing nothing or $50. Right. So I would say I'll call myself a professional comedian once I started getting booked at comedy clubs. Okay. And then like traveling. Correct. I wouldn't call myself a professional comedian just from doing shows in Atlanta because anybody just pick up and do a show at a bar and grill.
Like how you got in?
Exactly. Anybody can do a show exactly like a nigga asks, you do comedy? Yes, anybody can do that. So once I started getting booked out of town and stuff, so that would maybe 4 or 5 years into my career. Yeah,
okay. And the reason I asked that because nowadays people think, okay, I want to do this. I should make money today. Mm-hmm. No, you got to go through the ebbs and flows. You got to find out what works for you because what works for you as a comedian may not work for me or work for Kurt. And so you have to find what your niche is in that particular space. And so you go 3 to 5 years, you start making money. And here's something, because I actually have worked with a lot of comedians. Okay. The financial literacy, I know that's something that we still got to work within that space, man. Yes. So did you make a bad investment, good investments? What was that like when you first started making some good money, man?
I invested in Bitcoin in 2019. And I took my money out of Bitcoin in 2022.
Did you go up?
No, I was losing. That's why I took it out. I was like, bro, I ain't got the heart for this. Woo.
But everybody has that Bitcoin story. Everybody was a financial guru on Facebook and on social media.
I wish I would have held, because that shit had got up to, I would have probably got rid of it by now, because it's back down to 60 something, but that shit had got to 72, 73, and I was, oh man, I'd have been up. So that's a bad move on my part.
Right.
So bad investment. I don't think I've invested enough in anything that I didn't get a good return on.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I got some stuff that is just like boom, but I didn't spend a lot on those things. So a lot of the stuff that I feel like that I've actually invested in terms of real estate and then just regular stocks and shit like that is I'm comfortable with it.
That's what's up.
Yeah. I'm comfortable with it. But I didn't start even looking into financial literacy shit until like 2019. And then when COVID hit, I had a lot more time, obviously. So I really dove into it. So, but yeah, we in the comedy world I've been trying to, like, when I got on it, I was trying to school my friends, but I mean my comedy friends, but I didn't know enough about it. So it was just kind of frustrating. I was like, bro, just like go YouTube University or something. Just go for real. YouTube University, how to invest. You know what I'm saying?
That's where you can find Will. That's where most of Will's content is on YouTube. So the financial literacy portion of it, that's the guru right there.
I'm telling you, YouTube University.
Like a lot of those Atlanta dudes that are financial gurus.
Yeah, bro.
They took his blueprint.
I'm sure they did, because
I'm putting y'all on blast. It is what it is. I'm like that too. With my hands.
Oh yeah, this nigga to be fighting too.
I mean, he went to Malcolm X.
Malcolm X, you gotta fight to get into school. It's part of your admissions.
Hey, us light skins winning right now. We got Drake and Chris Brown out here ready to take on the world.
Crazy, I said, what happened? He went so crazy. I said, no, what happened?
That's violence right there. Like he was saying.
Yeah, he came at his mama or something. Ain't no way you could just hit him out of the door, because nobody knew that beat. All right, anyway.
That was left field.
Light skin. All right. Sorry. But yeah, investing is important, and a lot of comedians aren't into it, especially, it's just a grind, because you start by not making nothing, and you start getting some cash, and then it's like, okay, I just need to keep going to get this cash. You're not thinking about like how cash really don't mean shit. And it didn't hit me either until they started giving money away during COVID. I was like, oh, this cash ain't nothing. It ain't nothing, because there's no way they keep giving away all this money if it's worth something. And then I remember, then they made me remember back even before that. I mean, I remember them cash for gold commercials. You're sending your gold and they give you cash.
It was cracking
let
people.
you know, bro, they got all the gold because they got rid of the reserve shit. So, so that let me know, once I figured out like cash wasn't anything, that kind of like said, okay, let me turn my grind this way, because it was really about getting cash for years. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of comedians get caught in that, which is good. I mean, yeah, build your cash up, but at some point it's not gonna be worth nothing. Yeah. It's so fucked up.
Did you ever get into some of those ruts down there with kind of keeping up with the Joneses down in Atlanta? I mean,
when I first moved out there, because like that was like, niggas was young, was going out. That was going out days. Yeah. We used to call it $200 Tuesdays. Like we would go outside and like every time you wake up in Atlanta, it costs you $200. That Tuesday.
Nowadays, the parking $200 in Atlanta.
You just opening your eyes, you just boom, notification $200. Damn. LA is about $450. You wake up, bam, they hit
LA,
you.
The shoot Vegas is like that now too.
Yeah, I look at my shit. I had about $325. Even for this morning, I said, let me get the fuck out of here. I got a red eye tonight. I'm not waking up in Vegas. My bad, I forgot what you said.
No, we was asking about basically keeping up with the Atlanta lifestyle and all of that stuff.
The lifestyle part.
That's at 420, y'all.
Yeah, that lifestyle part. Nigga, you forgot too. Nigga. Yeah, but not keeping up with Joneses and going out and doing the bottle popping, and that was real big. Then that was early 2000. I'm mid 2000s. You know what I'm saying? I got there 07 to 10, something like that. So that was the main thing, just trying to keep up with that. And then, but once I like got my crib and shit, I could just really chill and kind of bring the party to me, and everything kind of settled down. And like I said, I was kind of working in the nightlife too. You know what I'm saying, with the comedy shit, and then going to be in Magic City and working in there till 3 a.m. So
on your other job, huh?
Nah, but no bullshit. I'll be in there from like 3 to 7. I'll go do comedy from probably 8 to 10, come back, and be in there to like 3 years when they close.
So you've been traveling around right now. So what's some of the craziest stories that you have? 1 or 2. I ain't trying to get into that lifestyle shit, but
okay.
Shit. But
man, listen.
Give us a few stories out here.
Damn. Do I want? Okay. Man, we. I'm just gonna say we.
Okay.
One of the tours, not the tour I'm on. I'll give you that much.
For sure.
We're at an Airbnb in the Midwest.
Okay.
Let's say that. Man, and it's young dudes that's like doing the show and shit. So we go out, man, we go out to this club. They was like, yo, this used to be a gay club, but it ain't no more. I said, shit. How long ago was it a gay club? They said 2 weeks. I said, oh, no. There's still some gay ghosts in there, man. It's glitter in my drink. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. But it was cool. It reminded you of just like
some ladies show up that night?
No, it was a regular club. They
sure.
wasn't bullshit. I mean, it was gay people in there, whatever, but it wasn't like a gay club. Matter of fact, it was a gay dude outside, like, y'all ain't even gonna like protest low key picking it. But it reminds you of the club reminds you of one of them joints like in Spartanburg, like just kind of like in a
big open area.
Yeah, one of them shit. So it was cool. And young boys had some girls come back to the crib, man. And bro, these girls was dancing. They had the music going in the living room, and this girl, I don't know how she peed on the floor.
Oh no!
But she peed on the floor. I think she had jeans on. I was like, how the fuck you can do that? It's just looking. You could like in between the song, you could just kind of hear something hitting the tile on the floor.
Well, was that loud?
Yeah, I'm saying, you know how it be at a party, like it ain't no DJ, so like a song is stopping, somebody looking for another song, so it was a little break in that shit. Somebody like, DJ. Yeah, this was. I said, hey yo, I'm going to bed. She peed on us. I think somebody still smashed, but I mean, they them young boys them young boys run through roadblocks. You hear me?
Right.
Nah, but that was one crazy whole situation from going to the old gay club to the pee on the floor. And
did you use that for material though on the next set?
Nah, that shit happened a couple weeks ago. I ain't had time to talk about.
So that's recent now, huh?
Yeah, I did make up something about that night.
Okay.
So about turning down the threesome. If y'all come to the show tonight, I'll do it.
So transitioning, you went from wilding out to I guess producing right at this point now, right? Or doing executive producing for the Cube or what?
So
what was the next transition?
Yeah, so wilding out is continuous, but it was kind of like my first major thing. So the people I was working for actually worked for a lot of stuff that it was with Viacom. Okay, which is Paramount now,
right?
And they had different opportunities, and they see how good I was writing, because like somebody would come up and ask for a joke for the show, and I'd do it like that. Okay. You know, and we was like 4 or 5 writers, and they wouldn't go to nobody else but me. So we would go. The showrunner was like, "Yo, I'm doing the BET Awards. Want to come write for that?" Did that. Duval hit me, wrote for him for the Hip Hop Awards. Okay. Then they brought me back again on the Hip Hop Awards. Then I wrote on Soul Train, and so forth and so on. All the Viacom shows. So that really got me into writing and getting my credits up. Then that moved in.
Is that lucrative? I mean, how does that work?
Hell yeah, that's what I was saying with the writing. When you're part of the Writers Guild, those residual checks are better than the SAG ones you get from being on the show. Okay. Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Only thing is you got to fight for that shit though. Like I be going back and forth with my guild representative all the time, because they will hold your money, especially the black shows like BET. They will hold your shit.
So kind of like when, what was the other one comedian's name? The bigger lady. I'm sorry, but they were complaining about getting their pay. Monique, yes. Is that kind of in the same breath? Because Monique was doing some writing too, though. But
she's talking about just getting paid the same as other actors
in Hollywood.
Yeah, and she's getting an Oscar and all that shit, but she's making a couple $100,000. But these people are, not doing nothing, and they getting $4 to $5 million a movie.
Gotcha,
you know what I mean? So she was mad at the unequal pay. Okay. I was just saying, this is them holding the money. Like the money's the money with this shit. It's a rate. They have it. You know it. Everybody know it. But it's just them sending it to you is the difficult part. But yeah, the writing is very lucrative. So it moved me into the Cube, another writing type of thing. But if anybody watches the show, it's a game show where contestants get inside this giant cube and they play different games, and it kind of like boosts the intensity. But the cube talks to the people.
Definitely.
I was the cube. I was pressing the button and like talking shit to the contestants and all that. But I also wrote what D Wade said, who was the host, in his opening monologue, and then we was in his ear, kind of giving him stuff to say to the people. So I wasn't the executive producer on that, but I'm working on that for the next season to be in the production. So yeah, it moved into all that. Then got with an agent, and started getting into the acting world as well. And then people hit me up independently because just to being a black writer, not too many people know a black writer. So when they have a project or something, they're like, I got somebody, and they'll hit me up, and then they cut the check, and I'll write up. I've written a couple movies like that and a series pilot or two. So yeah.
And the new movie that came out recently was The Apartment?
The Apartments, yeah. That's something that T.I. did kind of on his own during COVID as well. Once he got all the comedians together, say he wanted to make like a kind of a hood classic comedy. And I had
T.I. said forget about rapping, huh?
No, he still rap. Like he play us songs every day. He sends songs in the group chat. He just don't sleep. You be around him, you see why he has so much money. Because I'm like, he's always on the phone. He's always doing business.
Right.
And then he keep with his family. Like, if you see him, he's never not on his phone. It's crazy. It's crazy. I said, what you be listening to in the car? He said, my phone, because I don't get to listen to music because my phone always ringing. always ringing.
Right.
So yeah, he did that and, gave us producer credits, and I had some writer credits on it as well. I kind of came in late on that one, but I did rewrite some scenes and did some added scenes in the movie. We put it out independently for the first year, and now it's on all black on the digital platform, and it's the number one comedy movie on there.
Man,
that's what's up.
I haven't had a chance to check it out. I definitely will.
Oh yeah, yes, because it's on. A lot of people didn't, direct to consumer. It'd be difficult to figure that out. But now that it's on all black, a lot more people are watching it because you can just go to the app and pull it up.
So just looking back at your journey, is there anything that stands out and you be like, damn, I actually did this, or I actually accomplished this?
Damn near everything. Because like I said, I didn't think I could be a comedian from watching comedians be younger. So anytime that I do a theater or an arena, I did an arena, my first one in Greensboro. One of my favorite comedians was Tommy Davidson.
Okay.
Earthquake was closing. Gary Owen was there. And it just was like, I don't even know how many thousands of people, but it was a lot of thousands. And then just doing that is like, damn, just walking out on that stage and just seeing all those people and they clapping, and then you get them laughing at you. It's like, Jesus, man, wow. And being on Wild 'N Out, you know what I'm saying? We all came up watching that. Definitely. So that's another step that was like, Jesus, man, this is really happening. But yeah, really, really everything, dog. Even down to the open mics that I was doing that I never thought that I would have the courage to do. You know what I mean? I really thought I was going to be an office dude. Like I was always good in school, went and got my master's, had a good office job that was paying my 401k rolling and all that shit. But, that wasn't what God had in mind for me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I got a couple real questions I want to ask now. Okay. So now let's talk about this putting people on culture.
Putting people on culture? Okay.
Everybody think, okay, he made it. Why don't you just put me on? And I tell people, do you even have the value to be put on? Because I can just crack the door open, let you stick your head in, see what's available, because it may not be for you. Like, I'm pretty sure you get people like, man, come on, man, put me on, or you hadn't put me on. Like, how do you deal with that?
It's tough because I want to.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? I really want to put anybody on that I've known or that's maybe even helped me out in some sort of way or whatever it is. But I also don't ask for help much, so that list of people is very short. But I would like to tell them this, and the people that are watching this that are waiting to get put on. It can happen, but the only way I've seen people get put on, the only way that I've get put on myself was people seeing the work that I've done, and they come to get me as opposed to me coming to get them. You know what I mean? And they're like, oh yeah, buddy, I see him doing X, Y, Z, so I got to have him, or let's call him up. You know what I mean? So that's the most important part of getting put on. People want to put you on. Yeah. People need help. Smart people need help. You know what I mean? And people that run a good business need help, but they also are smart enough. They're smart enough to run this business or whatever it is. They're also smart enough to know that they have to get people around them that's going to work.
Yeah, I mean the value portion though, that's what Will said. Like you have to bring some value to the table. Like you wouldn't be where you are if you couldn't write. You couldn't be where you are if you couldn't get up on stage and hold your own. Mm-hmm. So from that standpoint, you definitely got to bring some value to the table. If not, they're gonna kick you right off and bring the Sandman out.
Hell yeah! You got to bring that value. That's the most important part. And it come, and even if it don't come to you, if you have that value, you've been putting it on. You just let some people know what you have going on. That can put you close to getting put on.
Oh no, absolutely. And that's the thing that I think hurts a lot of times within our community is you'll have your quote unquote day ones or people who you came up in the grind with. Mm-hmm. You may have gotten further than they, and you could have been in it the shortest amount of time, but their value isn't quite there. Mm-hmm. And the thing that I often say, you can't teach work ethic.
You can't.
And that's sometimes where the value is at. You may not even be the most talented, but sometimes people see a work ethic.
Man, talent is way down on the list in a lot of
things, a lot of
categories now. Like in our business, in the industry, the people that are at the top are not the most talented, but you ain't finna outwork him.
Right.
You know what I mean? Love Kevin Hart. I think he's funny. People think whatever. You ain't outworking dude.
Definitely.
He know he ain't the funniest person like that's doing comedy, but he know you ain't gonna outwork him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Dave is the funniest person in comedy. Dave Chappelle is the funniest person in comedy, but he also gonna outwork you. You know what I mean? So it's all part of the game.
Right.
You can't play the game without the work.
At all.
Yeah, I mean, you ain't gonna make no shots when the lights are on if you don't make shots when the lights are off.
That's a bar.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to make a lot of shots though, so
you make a lot of close shots. He couldn't shoot from far. That was the scouting report.
So he 12 and under.
Better. He got a good 15, 17 foot game.
As I got older,
into the basket.
After I got out of school, I'm my 3-point guy.
I bet. Ain't that some bullshit?
I slowed down. I don't know what happened when I was down South Carolina.
Where was his 3 at when I was 20?
I don't know. Not know where
my 26-year-old jumper was stupid.
My junior and senior year in college, that 3 was gone. I was like, what the hell happened to me?
Because you try to play a little defense. They ain't had no defense in Malcolm X.
Man, we had to strap up in Chicago. I don't know what you're talking about.
Y'all wasn't playing that type of defense.
We was serious. We was wrestling and everything else like that. So we hacking you if you get to the lane. So I ended up having 3 fouls in the first half when I got down there.
Defense, y'all. So we hacking. No, that's not defense.
No. So, but now you've got into TV shows.
Yeah.
Now you've gotten into the new show that's on, a popular show, BMF. I got another brother that's in there from Chicago as well.
Oh, shout out.
Corey DeMond. He's on the Tommy Show.
Oh, dope.
Yeah. So.
I know Corey. Yeah.
So now you doing.
Because he was on Ballers too. Yeah.
Was he on Ballers?
With the the football joint with The Rock.
I can't remember that.
Yeah, he played like a receiver or something for one of the team. But go ahead,
but 50 is growing in the community. He's getting people, new comedians, are putting them on. So I know a few people out that are on the BMF show. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, never met 50, but shout out to him for even creating he has a whole universe right now of different shows, and I think it's super dope and got everybody in tune. But yeah, I got to BMF just through audition through my agency, Guild Talent Agency. They send me auditions all the time, audition for the part. And just so happened, it's crazy, the casting director used to come to a lot of my comedy shows and that improv group that I was in at first. So
that's why that work early make it pay off, man.
Man, it comes back around. Like, I don't care where you are, it's a small town.
Yeah.
You could be in LA, Vegas, wherever. Like, it feels big, but it's a small town, especially when you work in certain industries. So I just got the audition, and they had a role for this season 3, and a recurring role, which means they could call you back whenever they need you for the next one. So it's about to start season 4 yet, so I'm just waiting on my time to get on that again, man. But it was a cool experience, and I guess I really didn't realize how big that series was until my episode actually came out, and how many people was hitting me up, and they still are. You know what I'm saying, from both episodes. So yeah, it's a real dope experience, and I'm looking forward to more for sure.
So now that people see you on TV, I know they call and ask for money.
Man, that was before that, bro. I guess the Wild 'N Out was the first go around. And you know what's crazy is, to me, the people that ask you for money that don't know you. Like, they'll DM. Yeah. DM
I get that.
Wow.
I get the sob story.
If you're talking about money online, they're coming. Are you kidding me? You opened the door for the beggars. For
God said you need to bless me.
bless me, you'll receive bad luck within the next 7 working days.
Delete.
But yeah, for sure. But yeah, that happens a lot. I'm single, so women especially was coming out.
Yeah, sugar daddy, yeah.
Need some low key. I'm getting at that sugar daddy age, man. I might be sugar uncle. Yeah, I'll go with sugar uncle. But yeah, man, it's just like you want to. Again, just like you want to put people on, you want to help the people that you can, or especially somebody that's helped you before. But at the end of the day, man, no is probably the best word that you're going to have.
You have to learn it early. Mm-hmm. You have to learn it early, man. Mm-hmm. What's been the craziest story someone's called to ask you for money for?
Man, women every time give you a sob story and they don't need but $400, and that's so funny to me. I'd be like, damn, is $400 gonna save your life? That's crazy. you are down bad. I'm gonna give it to you, but
you the fifth person that gave a $400 though.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. That's fair.
That's called an income right there.
That's fair, but damn. Okay, I guess I need to give them more props for not hitting me for the whole biscuit.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? All right, I'll give them that, but still.
They call it credit stacking.
Just ask for that, though. If that's what you're doing, don't give me a whole sob story.
They call it credit stacking. That's what they're doing.
Oh, I ain't mad at it.
So we do a thing in our business, in our practice, we call it credit stacking. So we help entrepreneurs and people in any capacity, honestly, to help get money. Right. So we raise money in that capacity. So all money is good money. And we tell people don't look at the interest rates or anything else like that, but you definitely have to be financially fiscal.
Yes.
So from that standpoint, we say we're going to get you 50,000, we're going to get you 40,000 to get to the goal that you're trying to accomplish. Mm-hmm. And so we call it credit stacking.
Gotcha.
So all you doing as a sugar uncle is going out here and getting these women money.
I'm building that credit stack.
Yeah, you part of the stack.
Yo, well, can I be part of the stack without the story is what I'm asking for. That's all. Just hit me with the text. I need $400. I don't need the rest of that text. I ain't even really read the whole thing.
Can you tell them just come clean the house or something like that? When you
that'd be a good. I got.
Gotta get some work out of it.
I got a housekeeper though, and a lawn. Got a lawn maintenance people. Okay. So yeah, I can't. Maybe they could come cook. That's the only thing I really need.
Right.
Because I'm not good in the kitchen like that. But I'm getting there. I'm getting better now. Hey, bro, if I get better in this kitchen, I may never get married. That's crazy. But that's the last thing that's keeping me on the market.
So being that it's 420, you got a little event down in Atlanta called Shmoger.
Oh man, yeah. Smoking yoga, Shmoger, man. Another business born out of boredom in the in pandemic. Something that came off a video I did.
That was one of the most creative ideas.
I appreciate it, man. I was just in the house really smoking and like on YouTube trying to find somebody to show me some yoga shit. And I'm going to do a video about me doing this and trying to find it. And the gist of all the videos in the series is basically I done got so high, I forgot to do yoga. I done set up everything. I done moved the table, put the mat out, put the video on, and I'm smoking. And the next thing you know, damn, I forgot to do yoga. I'm going to try to begin tomorrow. So it went from that to doing it at a real brick and mortar, at a real place, place called Best Inn in Atlanta, open space. A lot of people will come out. We have a DJ, have vendors with edibles and flour and desserts, all that stuff. And had a real yogi come in and run them through the motions. I would do like some jokes at the beginning or throughout. Okay. And then at the end had a young lady that does meditation. So you got a full
experience.
Yeah, full experience, man. You had your weed smoke when you want to. And we've been doing that since 2021.
Okay.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Definitely. Mm-hmm. What would be some advice you would give to an upcoming comedian or someone who wants to get into the industry or entertainment or anything like that?
For upcoming comedian or anybody is just knowing what your purpose is for what you're doing, so that when the hard times come, like we talked about earlier, when hard times come, you can use that to keep you going. And if you quit a lot of stuff in life, it's going to be tough for you. I realize that, like people that grew up like quit their basketball team, or, you know what I mean? They was on chess team, quitting. Their parents even allowed them to leave stuff unfinished. Like my mom would never do that. She never let me leave nothing unfinished. Like I would have to work at jobs that I hated until I found another job. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So it's helpful now because I know that like no matter what's going on, I'm not gonna quit because that's not what I do.
It's a discipline that you've developed.
Discipline,
that's actually a really good discipline to have, is not quitting.
Not quitting. Now, you know, if it's something that's harming you, Quitting is fine. Definitely. Quitting is fine. But anything else that you have a goal you're trying to attain, you just have to know, like in this comedy thing, no matter what's going on, I'm not going to quit. Right. And I promise you that'll help propel you along with chasing your purpose and your goal.
Right.
Yeah, those 3 things.
Are there ways to make money in comedy outside of just being on stage? Because I think that's the other part. People only look at the fame of being a comedian.
Man, I gave somebody a nugget the other day that had a camera. It was a comedian that had a camera and that was asking me to go on the road because he needs some bread. I said, look, you got a camera. It's a good one. You know how to edit? He said, yeah. I said, look, you look at all these viral stuff. Shout out to my dog, Nate Jackson, Matt Rife. They go super viral online for doing crowd work. Right. And they have to have somebody set up and do it. I was like, bro, if you went to just go to these open mics and do that same type of thing, film comedians with the crowd, and at the end of a show to them and be like, yeah, I just charged $40. I just charged. You know what I'm saying? Like people do that. You know what I mean? Because comedians don't have a camera crew with them. So it'd be like a built-in camera crew and you just get paid by the shot. You know what I'm saying? So there's several things you could do in and around comedy. Selling merch. You know what I mean? You go up and do 10 minutes on stage and talk something like you got this hat and I make a joke about this hat and you could buy it and you can make money off of that. And there's a lot of stuff you actually have to do around comedy until you get to a certain point in comedy you're making it. Yeah. But those are just a couple of things off the top of my head that you can make money.
Man, he done gave y'all some free game today.
For sure. It ain't free because y'all got to subscribe, right? Y'all got to subscribe.
I told you we're going to be on OnlyFans next time.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. We can talk about that too, boy. Man, that's another
You been producing OnlyFans?
Hey, bro, listen, I'm on there. You didn't see me, but you ain't seen me. If you're a fan of OnlyFans, I done been on there with some of your favorites. So yeah, that especially during COVID, that was a lucrative little situation as well.
You call Mass Chronicles or something?
Nah, it ain't nothing. I don't have my name on it. It's just like they have to use it for their shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay. Yeah, I mean, I just get paid off for get paid a percentage off of, because so on OnlyFans, women to put the videos up, and then that's just kind of like the trailer for when you get in there. They can send you actual videos of them doing the wild shit. Right. And so but you got to pay for those individually. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You get a percentage off.
I was not expecting a tutorial on OnlyFans.
That's why I said, man, you never know, dog. That shit is lucrative as hell. Like, it's some millionaires in that shit.
No,
bro.
It definitely is. Yeah. I've seen a lot of people and women who quit teaching jobs, quit being attorneys, get fired from being attorneys, just for hopping on OnlyFans. And they were just like, well, I'm making more money than this. So
OnlyFans had to kind of reel it back because they was like sending out way too much money at one point. Like, they was going crazy, so they had to reel it back. But yeah, OnlyFans is, if you got it, you know what I mean? Do it. But there's people on there doing other shit too, like cooking. There's an old lady on there that just be kind of like cooking in her kitchen. She got millions of subscribers. So
that's why I said we could put the podcast on there. So we develop enough content.
Because they didn't make it for what it is.
No, exactly.
It just became that. But they really wanted to make it so like
content creators.
Yeah, content creators could get people to just pay instead of putting it up for free online.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So what's next? Go ahead. You sure?
Yeah,
light skin first.
No, okay.
The way y'all,
what is this thing?
The way y'all throwing darts out here.
Joke stealing going on in the industry.
Oh yeah. That's
what I apologize with.
Joke stealing. Yeah. I know Cat Williams is kind of people like, man, he let everybody know. But people, if you being around comedy, you just know. Like, so if you let's say you in Chicago and you keep going to Riddles, you're gonna see somebody do somebody else. Like, damn, I'd have heard that before. But like, oh, that's Buddy Joke. Like, it's definitely a real thing. It's a part of comedy. And a comedian told me a long time ago, his name was Tyler Craig, because I get a lot of my jokes stolen. Even they become memes and shit now, too. But Tyler Craig was like, they stole your joke? Write another one. I said, you right? Because I'm going to have to write another one anyway. That's Can't use the same jokes forever. And it's like, all right, cool. But it got to a point, like in Atlanta now especially, like people will call me and tell me somebody's using my joke. You know what I mean? Like if you get to a kind of a certain status.
Does that get annoying? Where people are like, man, they're using your joke.
If Tyler Craig didn't give me that nugget, it might have got annoying. Right. But it got to a point where now I just talk about it on stage. I'll be like, I didn't watch nobody before me, but if y'all hear a joke y'all heard, it was definitely mine. It was definitely my shit, and they stole it. And if you tell me who it is, I'll tell you when they stole it.
How do you feel about comedians who've been telling the same jokes for like 7 years?
That's so crazy to me.
Because I know about 3 comedians. I done been to their shows over 4 years, and I know his whole set.
Man, it's crazy. How I feel, I feel like I don't know how they could do it because it's like eating the same thing every day. Like I still want to be excited about what I'm saying on stage so that the crowd could be excited. And you could probably tell it in those people if they're doing the same jokes every.
Well, his crowds are getting smaller.
Yeah, because it's robotic. And plus you're gonna start remembering shit, especially if it's like good jokes, like stuff you've been telling people. Oh, he said this, he said that. But I don't know how they do it. I don't know why they do it. And it seemed like it would be super boring to keep doing. Like to not even tweak it just a little bit or try something new. Like, oh man, I don't know. I try to say something different. I might have the same kind of set list, but I try to either say the jokes differently, get into it differently, or I try to say, I'm going to say something different every time. You know what I mean? Something new. So yeah, I don't, it's crazy that you mentioned that like as a like what you call the audience member that you could really remember. Like, damn, I was watching them before me.
Like, I knew his punchline before he was about to say it.
Bro, that's crazy. Uptown, let me tell you something. Uptown Comedy in Atlanta, the waitresses in there were so crazy. Yo, they used to yell out niggas punchline before they finished.
Oh, wow.
I said, oh, y'all can't do that. That's too much. That's too much. But yeah, they were tired of it too.
Shorty, go get that Long Island. Quit telling my punchline.
The waitresses like, man, you do the same jokes every night. I'm tired of it. But I get it though. They hearing the same shit three times in a row. Yeah, 3 times in the same night. So it's got to be rough for them.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
I know one thing I will say though, this comedy world, I can see it's really growing.
Yeah.
And I love it. I appreciate it because I'm a fan of comedy. Mm-hmm. And so how does it feel just to see that the camaraderie that is within that comedy world? And I know it was some beef and all of that going on, but on a large scale, I don't think that's the whole community of comedy. I think that was just a small portion of it, but I like to see it. So how has it been for you coming up in the ranks and people embracing you and just seeing this growth of just good comedy coming back around, man?
I think comedy's been all right, especially when you see on social media, like a lot of stuff that gets reshared is either something ignorant or something really funny.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's the stuff that gets mostly shared. So people just need that break. You know what I mean? We're that shift in focus from all the bullshit that goes on in a lot of people's lives. So it's starting to gain steam. People starting to get more popular off of it. Netflix helped with that because there was really no place to see a comedy special before Netflix started running them back again. Very true. Like it used to be HBO. Used to be their special, and that was like one person every 3-4 years maybe that you see on there. So, you know, that's helped a lot. Obviously the interviews and stuff like Kat's been doing different podcasts, and then, you know, like I said, social media and people just figuring out like, oh, okay, I can still go to a comedy show. I'm not the age that I really want to hit the nightclubs and shit, but I can go to a comedy show, get drunk, eat, and still be home by 10:30, and you know what I mean, had a good time. So
getting old.
It feels good. It feels good that it's growing. It feels good to get that love. And I'm excited to see like where comedy is headed. Definitely. In general.
So where are you headed? What's next for you?
I want to put people on. I want to start producing my own series or movies and stuff like that, so I can put people in those positions, or if not, produce my own, be a showrunner, and then be able to hire the people that I know that you know want the opportunity and deserve it. And then personally, I just want to keep hitting this road. There's a lot of cities I haven't been to as of yet, and then just continuing to grow in this comedy game and figuring out the rest of it. I'm trying to think if I have any specific projects that I could say that I could talk about that's coming out. Oh shit, yeah. It's no.
Can't get that out yet.
I can't. Damn, I'll tell y'all in a minute. it just can't. So I don't know if I can say anything yet. So I just won't. Yeah.
No, that's good, man. But I mean, definitely, you got a lot going on already. I mean, you got the Wildin' Out, you got the BMF, you got the other movies that you have coming out, and you're still writing and everything else like that, man. But I mean, definitely, you're out here.
Got a Christmas movie coming out too. Independent Christmas movie, yeah, man, for sure.
Okay.
I wrote one for Justina Valentine from Wildin' Out. She had a Christmas movie that came out on VH1 last year.
The redhead shorty,
redhead shorty, the rapper. Okay. Yep, she had one. Wrote that, and then I got another one that I'm acting in. It's in India, and that'll come out this Christmas. Okay, yeah, so I can say that.
Okay. But yeah, so how many more tour dates do you guys have on the TI tours?
Oh, boom, good question, because this is the thing people don't understand when you think about comedy tours aren't like music tours.
Right.
Like a music tour come out and they'll have all the dates up for the whole summer, and you'll see that. Like comedy tours never really stop. You just call it a tour. It's just like you just doing shows on the weekends that you could do them, and it's the same group in that tour. So I'm like on 3 or 4 of those type of tours, and they just keep going. You know, you might have a little break after the summer or fall or whatever, but other than that, you just keep it moving. It doesn't stop like music does.
Right. How do you recharge?
Man,
smoking.
I just like to be in my crib, man. I just like to be in my crib, but like once a month I do try to like go out and go to a beach somewhere and just get on the ocean and not do too much, just eat, maybe take my laptop, write a little something. But yeah, I do that when I can. I got a beach trip coming up for the recharge. So that's the one main thing I do.
Yeah. Because sometimes you just need that suppression.
Yeah.
Because you're around people all day.
Yeah.
You have to make them taking on that energy. But it's such a dope feeling for them to see for you to see the appreciation they have for you for the work you put in.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, definitely.
Like I just shoot down to Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
If I got a few more, if I got a little bit of time, maybe Puerto Rico, Jamaica, something like that. Yeah.
So where can they find you at on
Tyler Chronicles on everything? The Google, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Black Planet, MySpace.
MySpace was heavy when we were down at Spartanburg.
MySpace was heavy, dog. I had really got into it when I graduated. I was like, oh, okay.
Was Kurt in your top 8?
We wasn't even friends. I wasn't even on that major league.
I didn't even get on MySpace till a couple years after I graduated anyway, because like I was in Virginia, bored as hell, and somebody told me about it, and I was like, okay. Yeah. And you could like look people up or whatever, but I was just following chicks at that time.
Oh, I went overseas for 2 years, so like that's when I basically.
Yeah, I ain't know what nobody was. I seen a couple of niggas that, what's crazy? Some African niggas came to my school in high school, like transferred to my school, and one of them was like supposed to be 15, 16, and 18. And they was tall, big as hell. Nigga that was 18, I was 17, he was 18. I was junior, he was senior. Fast forward, I'm on MySpace. I'm 22 years old. I find this nigga. Yeah. He 26 years old.
So the change birth certificate is real.
That nigga hit the tumble on us so crazy.
The change birth certificate is real.
Bro, I was like, bro, you are 4 years older than me? That is crazy right now, bro.
Nah, they come over here and they be playing these little AAU tournaments.
Killing.
Usually grown men, dog.
Them niggas was
6'12" at 9.
Yeah, like, the 15-year-old, the one that's supposed to be 15, he was 16 at the time. The 16-year-old was 6'6", and then the 18-year-old was like 6'8", something like that. Huge motherfuckers.
And they were all voting.
Grown ass men.
Well, definitely, man. Definitely thank you for coming out.
Yes, sir.
We're going to go check them out tonight at the Jimmy Kimmel Laugh Factory tonight.
Yes, sir.
And then, man, we definitely appreciate it. You can find me on all social media platforms. Mr. C. Blair. C. Blair & Associates is the company. We got my man, Will Roundtree, the financial guru.
I don't use the word guru, man.
Man, he's okay. We're gonna say goat then. How about that?
I don't use the word guru.
We're gonna say the goat.
Financial educator.
Educator. There you go. But you can find me across all social media platforms at Mr. Will Roundtree. Sure. And make sure you like, comment, follow, share. Make sure you follow all of us on socials. But more importantly, make sure that you are getting your finances in order. Look, it's getting rough out here. Inflation.
And that's not a joke.
That is not a joke. Man, like eggs is $10.
Man.
It's like,
grocery shopping is a mofo. You might as well go out to eat nowadays.
Man, paper towel was $35. Look, y'all got to do credit stacking just for paper towel. Okay. So, but as always, we appreciate y'all on another episode of the Full-Time CEO Podcast. We'll interview entrepreneurs, CEOs, businessmen, women, entrepreneurs, and everybody dope in between. And as you know, I'll see y'all at the top. Peace.